Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Disco Elysium, shall we? Picking up where we left off, and, I just spent a skill point on unlocking a new thought, and I always, just kind of think, maybe I should be doing this even more than I am, I don't know, but what do I want to internalize, right? Like, what is it that I can do that would be a good choice? Well, the litany of contact might. It takes 15 minutes to research it, I guess. Wompity Dompity Dom Center. I don't know what any of these do. And I don't know what you would know unless you just went for it. Apricot chewing gum. Oh my god. I mean, look at this. Yeah, this is definitely a good one to internalize. Can't wait. So this, these have actually really helped me, though. So there's that. Anyway.
What is it?
Alright, let's talk to Suna. The woman still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to her. Hey, are you the lead programmer of this cool game by any chance?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crabman?
Nope.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And
the Crabman has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about Crabmen.
She barely looks up, now tinkering with the machine's printer.
Wow, she really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
Wait, what?
RAIN prefect. My radio computer.
She explains. And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
She has stopped working now. Not really.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
So it's like they're processing through the cloud, Like they have AI somewhere and they're using the cloud to do the intense computations. It's not really that, but it's interesting. Wait, what's on air?
On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Great.
Like love.
Yes, like love. And the AR1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable.
Okay.
But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
Okay. What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
It is pretty intense. I don't know how far we'd get with computers if it looked like this. Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What about those bowls of water?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Right. I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says, ready to stand her ground. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Right.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Uh-huh.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for you to answer.
You measure it by the world around it.
Oh, okay. Hold on a moment. Does that mean we're now living in a world that has a hole in it? You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings, on that which exists? Alright. I'll say that.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where it begins.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where the hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
You said your research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
Her hands are a whirl on the keyboard. How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
Uh-oh.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Same here. It just doesn't connect here. Tap on your heart. Not like disco. Have you ever listened to it? Like actually listened?
Yeah, like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
She pulls a face that looks absolutely scathing.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I've heard they're also planning on building a drug lab.
Bingo! That's exactly what they're up to.
Wonderful.
The lieutenant whispers, admiring the embellished pillars and the spectacular architecture in the church.
Now this house of worship is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
They're just encouraging an active youth culture here. I'm not going to say anything.
So that's settled. Great. No nightclubs in the church then.
Uh-oh. I did not say the right thing. It's not a paying job, but could you help me contact Coalition Worship Arch...
Do I look like someone who has time for side projects at this moment?
She doesn't even look up.
If you want her help, maybe you should help her first.
Right. I'll leave you in peace. So now I don't even know what to say. Tell Andre about Suna's thoughts on the nightclub. Uh-oh. Now this isn't going to go well. Surprise, surprise, Harry Dubois has made things worse. I put this bridge down, I might as well use it. A school of fish huddle around the fence post, then scatter into the dark. Alright,
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean.
I'll help, alright.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan?
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
I don't care. I'm loco. I just wanted you to know that I know about the plan. Instead you opted to omit the truth. It's the same thing.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. I'm not an idiot. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise.
Because of Mike.
May I ask, what did you tell them?
That I'm going to decide after I've looked into the church situation.
Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time.
The others told me you went inside the church. What'd you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
The lieutenant nods. His face is stone. Nod. I saw him. I saw the crab man.
You saw him? Does it mean that you went in there? Did you see the other spooker, the one in Grandma's clothes?
I did see them both. Yes.
Good, so you believe me. You should go tell this to Andre. He'll know what to do next.
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Just answer the questions, please.
Sorry. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Ah, okay. Maybe I'll ask later about this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Alright, so I need to ask her later. Okay, that's it. Alright, so I could go tell the guys it's not going well. I could also try to get this egghead contest correct,
We're close.
says the young man with the tape player.
True, hard, full, car.
Is it?
It's hardcore.
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore.
Skipper D, Skipper Danger. I am the rearranger.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do?
Alright, that was not right.
We're close.
Okay, let's try this.
Hard, full,
Say nothing.
Hardcore.
Nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Nothing.
Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Whirling of Rags hostel. I'm gonna ask this.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yako Kata, the place to be.
You said that before. What is Yekokata?
Yako Kata is a hardcore place.
An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth. Intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
It is.
We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the med, internally coherent. All core, all right, yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
Oh man.
We're close.
I feel like I was
True,
getting
hard,
close.
Hardcore to the internally coherent. All core!
He furrows his
Hardcore! Ah! The question is...
Just answer the
but there was
question.
no-
Yeah, they're right. Okay, so that's not the right way.
True, hardcore! Hardcore to the internally coherent. All core! All...
he furrows his
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
I guess.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally coherent. All core.
I'm just gonna see what.
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
The question. What is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
Wow, he frowns, then starts bobbing his head. I solved it. You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month. and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then its expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
Only.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto.
Wow! Culture cop!
That's right.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
Try to think if anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Nothing. Me being the police isn't going to help us.
Oh.
I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
Physical instrument. Maybe your body can tell you what Arno van Eyck's jam is missing. So I can retry it, but I can also put on some stuff that would make me good at this. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
So you're not a thought reader, you're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the ELYSIUM. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
But does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as thought reading.
So, it's not this one. It's the world that's a thought reader in this equation.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Right.
Unless you were thinking Revolution imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
Lie. You're right. I wasn't thinking that. Well, actually, I kind of was thinking that, wasn't it? So it's the world that's the thought reader?
Yes, I think it's correct to say that.
The young man picks up a level and inspects it against the floodlight. The water sparkles in the measuring tube. But why aren't you a communist? Communism is the truth.
I can be a communist. If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Don't be a communist. That path is too hardcore.
Aye!
You guess he won't become a communist after all. Best not to be a communist. Having extreme views on issues is detrimental to understanding all sides.
Oh sure, I can do that. If you want that, I can avoid taking a stand.
Oh boy.
Please don't turn him into a moralist.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Be a moralist. The balance needs your help.
Aye!
So he's a moralist. I don't even know what that means. Okay, talk to something else.
It's time to compromise.
Obviously, one shouldn't get too hasty with their decision
I'm
making.
swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
Is your real name Jermaine?
Dark Horde Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead! Basically, yes it is.
Why are there lungs on your belt?
Lungs are for love!
L'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline?
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Alright!
I want to do that check, but I want to get my stuff together. I got +1 physical instrument, but I think I can get more. I mean, maybe. It's possible. Physical instrument is pink. That's -2. Not good. There we go. Oh no, my other thing already gave me that anyway. Boy, that's too bad. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Okay. Nope. Nothing.
The large.
Incremental progress! Yeah.
You know it in your
I did
lungs
it.
where the pressure should vibrate. In your heart that's alone. And in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
The young man makes a sudden move like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes the song really stick. So that you can get it out, you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know, I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
Okay, I'll look into it. It's in an official capacity. It's up to the police to make the beats go harder. That's sweet.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Hilarious.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van 8's jam. Yeah, maybe that street talker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
They do.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Oh, I have a tape. Maybe you can use it?
Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah!
What about this one?
Righteous!
He takes the tape and attaches it to the empty reel slot. Hand over ear, he listens, then shakes his head.
No! No, can't do! This is gonna make people sad! This isn't sadcore!
Okay.
Normal! Stable!
Alright, so we gotta get the man a tape. I feel like if we change the music, maybe she'll be more agreeable to it, you know? The programmer lady, and we can get along. So I'd need to go to the pawn shop, which is at over here. And we run down here. This is it. I do have a little bit of money.
Hello again. How can I help you?
The boombox I bought, it should play this tape, right?
Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. It all starts with the tape.
Okay. My electrochemistry is not good. Oh, wait. But can I buy more tapes? Do you have any recordings?
The Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
I've been really into all sorts of art lately, experimental things.
What an interesting development. Well, it's been a long while since I've gone hunting for the Madakwa. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead.
That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Madakwa, and he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
Did you ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Madakwa.
That's not very scientific.
That really wasn't the point. After the Symphonia, we moved on to the sounds of office supplies or something like that. And I doubt any of us would have been any good at pushing papers.
Can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that
now
might
we're
be
talking.
what you're looking for.
He starts rummaging through some tapes.
Do we really have time for this?
Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
He switches on the tape player. The speakers begin to emit a low hum.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. Not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating. You have to stop this.
This is bad.
He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
Seagulls?
And skewers, but shh.
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Madakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early.
So, I don't know if he actually has any tapes, but we'll have to see if he is selling anything else. And then also see if we can get to the bottom of this church and the music. Everyone, we're making great progress. We are working with a programmer, a crabman, some speed freaks, and the woman who's recording the ice. How fantastic. I'll check you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.